Happy weekend, guys and girls. Hope you're doing well. This is the Update Fun Show, and man, my weekend started off with quite a terrifying bang. I was being hunted in very scary fashion. Last night I had one of the most real and vivid and terrifying dreams I've ever had. And, you know, like, a lot of my dreams are kind of vague. I'll remember running, I'll remember who was there, I'll remember what generally was going on, but this one was so dang specific. It felt like I was in an action movie, and I remember everything from people's hands to car door handles to what was being said to faces and names, and oh my god, it was so scary. It started off bad, I think, because I fell asleep on the couch after the Pacers Heat game. Thank God the Pacers won! I'm the biggest anti-LeBron fan. I'm not the biggest Pacer fan, even though I live in Indiana. I just like to see somebody new rise to the top. Anyways, I woke up from falling asleep on the couch and walked to my room, and it was one of those moments where it almost felt ethereal, paranormal, fake, like I was walking, not really walking. I don't know, I was so darn tired and out of it. So I think that put me in this, like, weird, sleepy dream half state. Anyways, and then I was at my apartment, and all of a sudden there were two pools outside my apartment, which there aren't. But I think it's from playing Lego City, where there were two pools in the middle of the city, because they looked a lot like those. Anyways, and my dad called me on my cell phone. I was looking out my window, and there were two pools, and people were playing, and my brothers, Jake and Noah, were in the pools. My dad called me and said, "There's a man in the pool who asked my name, and it seemed really weird." And I was like, what is going on? That seems really freaky. My dad normally doesn't get afraid of anything, so, you know, when your dad gets scared on the phone, you're like, okay. And so I hung up the phone, and I walked down to find Jake and Noah and see what was up. And I saw this man walking around, and he looked like probably a criminal, and so I was like, that's probably the guy. My dad came over and said, yeah, he was acting really weird. His name's Sorn. Sorn, S-O-R-N, and I was like, okay, definitely he's some, like, foreigner, freaking assassin killer dude. And so I was going to find my brothers and be like, let's get out of the pool and get the heck out of here, and Sorn bumped into me, and I was like, oh! And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry, and so I stupidly, dumb dream ghost reaches out his hand, shakes the guy's hand, and I notice he's massaging his thumb afterwards, and I'm like, he took my fingerprints. So dumb me is like, you took my fingerprints, and now he's aware, he's alert, he knows that I know something's up, so he quickly shuffled off, but he like looked like he was getting ready to come steal me. So I was in major panic. I'm like, Jake and Noah, we gotta get out of the pool, and it's one of those things where you don't want to be like, ah! and let them know you're terrified, but you want them to listen to you, so you're like, we got to go now. Please, please. And Jake got out of the car, or out of the pool, and got into the car. He understood what was going on, but Noah was like, I want to play in the pool, like a little 11-year-old boy would. And I was like, no, we really need to go. And I didn't want to take my car because I have a custom license plate, and I figured he would be able to follow me and probably already knew what it was, and my dad had warned me already, so I figured he had been, you know, plotting this out and scouting me and all sorts of creepy assassin things. So I went to this guy who actually was a kid at a high school that I went to in the past. I was never friends with him, but his face is the right face, and I asked him for his keys. Got in this red car. I'm driving this red car. I'm waiting for Noah to get out of the pool. I'm like, get in the car. He gets out of the pool. He's right there. I'm sure that Soren is ready on my tail. I'm like, please get in the car. He's like, why? Where are we going? His teacher comes over and is like, oh, talking to me, making small talk. I'm like, no more small talk. We gotta go. Soren is on my tail. He's about to freaking kill me. And I heard Soren in the distance talking about firearms or something. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get shot. This is not good. I'm like, Noah, please get in the car. He won't get in. He gets in the car finally. We're zooming through the neighborhood. I'm like, oh my god, Soren is probably on my tail. I have a red car, I realized. God dang it, so dumb. I borrowed a car, good idea. It's a red car, bad idea, very easy to find. We're driving on the highway. I don't know, like, where should I go? I'm leaving my apartment complex because I figure he's already cased the entire place, and I shouldn't be anywhere where I normally am. I'm driving on the highway with both my brothers, freaking the freak out. I can just see images of Soren, this humongous bald, he kind of looked like Jason Statham. Terrifying version, like, probably holding like two gigantic Glocks in his pockets and a freaking knife underneath his necklace. I don't know, but it was really, really scary, and I woke up in a humongous panic as one of the most terrifying dreams I've ever had. Whew! So it started off my day with a little bit of a banger. I was exhausted upon waking up at 10 a.m., which normally if I sleep till 10, man, I feel good as gold, but I woke up and was like, oh my god, I've been being chased all night long. It was one of those dreams that, in reality, probably was about a 5-minute dream, but it felt like it was 5 hours, and I don't know how exactly dream cycles work, if, like, time can be expanded out like that, like, if it feels like a few minutes, if it can really, like, take up more brain time in your sleep zone, or if it felt like 5 minutes, if it really was 5 minutes, would be something interesting to find out. But enough creepy guys, on to games and fun stuff. There has been a huge summer drought, but I found something that is really worth playing and definitely worth your money. Bam! Call of Juarez Gunslinger is awesome. I checked it out earlier today, and it is a blast. You should have some fun with me. Watch the video. Might be something worth picking up for 15 bucks. Xbox Live Arcade, PlayStation Network, and Steam. A big surprise. Another big surprise was Metro Last Light, which wrapped up this week. Definitely give that game a 9 out of 10. Very excited to find out that there is a DLC season pass. One of the games that I actually will go back and play the DLC for. It's single-player DLC. I want to check out new characters. I want to check out new locations because that world is just so dope. It's so cool. It's such a good world to be in. It's so realized. Like, it's so well realized. The environments, the feel, the characters, everything fits in a good way that totally captivates you and makes you feel like, dang, I'm in this Russian apocalypse and I want to get out. But you don't want to get out because the game is so good. I can't wait for that Metro DLC, and I can't wait for this guy's DLC either. BioShock Infinite, when is it coming? I want more of you! So the question of this week is, what is your favorite game DLC? Usually, I'm not the biggest fan of game DLC, but if a single-player game can deliver a new mission, a new level, an expansion beyond the main game, and something that takes place either in another parallel character or beyond the main storyline, I'm all for it. Something else fun that you should check out is Facebook.com/JoyrideGames. Those are the guys that are making the board game that features me as the zombie boss. It was a Kickstarter earlier this year. I know a lot of you guys participated in that, and the game is almost upon us. It's looking really good. The art is coming together super nicely, and that thing should be out later this summer in stores, and I'll have some cool prizes to give away to you guys as well. But definitely check them out, Facebook.com/JoyrideGames for all sorts of updates, and to check out the game itself if you haven't seen it and you want to see yours truly as a terrifying zombie boss with an entire army of ghost zombies behind me. It's really awesome. Coming up this week, there are two new games I'll be checking out that I think are very fun. One is Fuse, the 4-player co-op shooter from Insomniac, the Resistance and Ratchet guys. That one is pretty fun. The other is a game that is special to my heart because I feel like it was an epiphany at PAX East when I played this thing and just fell in love with it. It's called The Swapper. It is a puzzle game built out of clay. You're in a derelict space station, a creepy vibe, almost Dead Space-ish, and then you can clone yourself, which is pretty darn cool. I've been trying to work out how to clone myself, but it's not working so well, so we'll just have to check out the game for ourselves later this week. Also, I'm going to be continuing the indie vibe on my channel. Game Dev Tycoon is awesome. I'm looking for others to play as well, so it should be a really fun time. And we haven't done one of these in a long while, so live stream tomorrow, Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That is 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and probably 9 p.m. GMT, depending where you are. Definitely join me right here on the channel, youtube.com/GhostRobo, for some live goodness. You can ask questions, we'll have some fun, and it should be a good time. This week's show is being recorded on my Galaxy S4 because I just got the phone. You can check out the review if you want to see what I thought of the whole thing, but the camera is pretty cool, and I wanted to see how it held up in vlog format, so hope it looks good and pretty for your feisty eyeballs. Well, now that's the end of the show. Thanks for watching, but I've got to go. My name is Mr. Robo, and you've been watching the Saturday Super Show.